What's up, guys? I'm here with a 2008 Corvette C6. The issue is the window switch won't go up or down. I'm assuming that water may have gotten through and maybe got corroded inside. So real quick, to take this out, it was a little bit tricky. I don't want to damage the door over here. So the way this works is there is a tab that kind of locks this in place. If you take a look at it, this tab fits kind of in here, so it notches in there, and this front piece you kind of have to get a screwdriver, reach in here and pry this up, and at the same time kind of pop that back and slide it up. But there's a metal clip here that fell inside the door, so now I need to remove the door. In order to do that, there is a T30 in here. You see where the door handle is? It's right underneath the door handle, but for some reason it looks like it's sunken in. It's sunken in already right there. So right now I'm not going to loosen it because there'd be no point. So now the next one is on the door switch right here. So you reach with your, I wish I had a plastic flathead, but I don't. So you pop this up, being very careful. There is another T30 inside of there, right there. Let me try and zoom in more. My flashlight would work. Come on. Every time. Well, anyways, it's right there, and it's a T30 Torx, which is this little star shaped, or you can get a T30 little Allen style. So now I'm going to remove that. And then underneath the door, I already started popping it out. There is a slot. Where's my hand? Right here. You see that kind of bigger opening? You're going to feel it. You can stick your flathead in there, your plastic flathead. Wrap it in a towel if you have to. And just start popping it out. It's going to sound pretty bad, like you're breaking stuff. You might break a clip or two, but honestly, that's the only thing you can do to get this door panel off, because I have to try and rescue that clip for this window switch that fell off. So now I'm going to start removing this and then I'll get back to it. Alright, geez, I finally got it off. I'm sure I probably broke a few clips. I think I probably broke that one up there. Probably something else. There's really no other way to do it but to actually pry on it. You see all these little white clips? They make a lot of noise. So you're gonna think you're breaking something. You probably will. Looks like I probably broke one or two of them. Seems to be the top corner ones. See that right there? And that right there. I'll probably try and glue them on. Okay, so back to the window switch. I found the clip that fell off. This clip slides in here. Slides right up in there. So what you need to do is press on it with your screwdriver. Press inward, and try and pry it out at the same time. And there's also, so all you need to do is to disconnect it is press on this green tab right here, and now it slides out. And just by looking at this, you could tell this thing is corroded. That's probably factory stuff. But what you do is these clips right here, you stick a small screwdriver and you pry that up on both sides and you slide this out. So I'm going to do this a little bit later. Alright, so now that it's out of the car, you got to take it out of the case, because this is a case that it comes in. You're going to see these two tabs right here. You could stick a flathead right in here and kind of lightly pry it out on both sides. It's pretty tricky. Actually, I would say kind of do this at room temperature. Don't do this outside if it's cold, because you might crack the plastic right here. I almost began cracking it. So now we have this off. Now we're gonna stick a small flathead in here and try and pry it out as well, or practically in the middle. Try and get it past these two tabs right here, and there's another two tabs on the back side. So if you see that, I'm gonna try and do that now. Alright, so I just popped it open, and as you can see, just by lifting that out, how dirty all this is. I doubt we can rescue this. I'm gonna try and use contact cleaner to clean this up. This is the actual pad that it goes on. And these little springs in here, try and remember the orientation, because this is what holds the switch. You know, this is what makes the switch, you know, return. There's a little spring right here. So that spring goes down in here in a little slot. You'll see it, you can't miss it. But yeah, I think this probably got wet. So I'm gonna try and clean this up with electrical contact cleaner. And maybe sand it down as well. Alright, so after cleaning it up, this is what it looks like. Obviously it's not rusty and crusty like it was. I cleaned all the contacts up. I even ohmed it out with a multimeter. I was getting good connection. So now I'm going to install it back and see if it works. So now I'm going to clip this back in. Now you want to check it before you install it to make sure that the springs that are in here didn't move. So you're going to have to feel a little resistance. Good, and even up too. Alright, that seems alright. You're going to feel going down. It has like two throws, one and then two. I think that's for like automatic down. Alright, so I'm not going to install it in here yet. Let's just see if let's see if I could just connect it and see what happens. Okay, so in order to check it, you actually do have to connect the back connector, the big purple one back here. You have to connect it because that supplies power to this whole board where all the wires are connected. So now let's plug this in and see if we get the windows to work. Let me see if I could do this one-handed. And nothing. That's weird. Maybe the circuitry is fried inside or something. I should check to see if I'm getting power to the connector itself. Oh, let me try and see if I can make it work on the driver. Okay, so it works on the driver's side. It's weird. Alright. I guess it wasn't, for now, it's not the switch itself. Unless maybe I could swap out the driver's side to this side. Alright, let me check. I'm gonna have to check the connector for power and also the fuse. See if there's a passenger side fuse. Alright, back to the drawing board. Alright, so I went to remount the the door over here, because the only way to check the window switch is if you remount it and reconnect it. And I checked it, doesn't work. And I checked for power at the switch, and I'm getting power there. And I even checked the fuse panel that's underneath here. If you guys ever notice on your passenger side, wait a second, let me just put this back to show you how it looks. On your passenger side, if you were to remove the carpet, it looks like this. Don't worry about that stain. It came like that. Alright, so this is your carpet. You pull this back, you roll it back. Now if you just reach up in here, there's no clips or anything as far as I know. You pull it straight down and here you go. You have all your fuses for most of the interior stuff. You got your lamp, your trunk release, you got most of your interior stuff, like I said, your auxiliary power. It's hard to tell, but right here, if I can hold this right, is your power windows. And I removed that fuse, which is that big blue green one right here, is 30 amp. And I checked for power there. I'm getting power there. My only real conclusion is that the window switch is broken, because there's no broken wires here as far as I can tell. And there's no broken wires on the door itself, which is that little green connector back there. So you know what? I'm gonna source one out, see how much it costs. It can't be that expensive. And if it doesn't work, then I'll keep going from there. But you know what? As far as process of elimination, that's what I think it might be. So let me go order one and I'll come back. Alright, so I got the new switch. This is the new part number, I guess, 207-94871. Made in Japan. Alright, good stuff. That means the electronics should be good. Alright, so you have to connect the door panel to the harness that's on the door first in order to check it. So let me pop that in and then I'll pop the connector in. Alright, connector is connected. So now let's pop this switch in. Moment of truth. Got the accessory mode on. Oh yes. Oh yes. Here we go. Very nice. Now let's check the driver's side control. Let me reach around. Very nice. Very happy with that. Now, if for some reason your windows, when you close the door, do not, I guess, slide up, that's called indexing. If that doesn't work for some reason, what you can do is exercise the switch. What I mean by that is you can go all the way down, hold it down for a few seconds, go all the way up and hold it up for a few seconds. If you search online, there's definitely more forums and specific, times that you need to hold the switch up or down. But that's basically how you do it. You hold it up and you leave it there for a few seconds. And that should allow your windows to, when you close the door, suction up or basically kind of lock itself in place. That way, if it rains or something, you don't get water inside. But next step is just reinstalling the window. As you can tell, it's working now. So it was the switch. I tried cleaning it out. I checked the fuses. You know what? That's the best thing to do. That way you don't go around just spending money. Let's say I had spent the money and then the fuse was blown. Or maybe I could have just easily cleaned that out, which I did. I could have saved myself money. But I exhausted those two options. Finally went for a new switch because I saw how bad and corroded everything was. And it worked out. So now I just got to put the panel back on. Alright, so here we are. I glued these clips back, I guess, or the clip that broke on this side and this side. Not the best looking job, obviously, but you know what? It's better than nothing. Next time, I would suggest to pay special attention to the clip that's up here, and this clip is the one up here. Make sure you pull out with even force. I would also maybe recommend doing it on a warmer day. Maybe that way the clips aren't as brittle. So I'm gonna reinstall this here and then hang the door back up. Alright, not gonna lie, it was a little bit of a pain in the ass to put it back on. Some of the clips broke again. I mean, there's nothing I can really do about it. It's stable. I have to put the bolts in, but you know, it's not flopping. It's not flopping everywhere. There's these clips here that hang on the door themselves. I tried taking out the weather stripping that was inside here. It was just a pain in the ass. You might have to kind of, it's weird. It wants to clip in before these clips can go on. So what ended up working for me was clipping it, and then I had to smack all these back on. I tried taking off the strip in here, but it was hard to slide it back on. So I mean, you're gonna have to find your own way. So now I gotta put this clip back on. Let me disconnect that. So this housing holds the switch in place. See that? Alright, so now I'm gonna connect it. Sorry for all the shaking. Alright, so now this has a clip back here. What we're gonna do is put that back end piece first, kind of. Alright, there, now that went in, so now we could just pop that in down there. Now I have to slide the bolts in. It's hard to see. There's my dirty dog barking. He wants to go back inside. Okay, there's one. Rocky! This bottom one here, you kind of have to just feel for it. If you feel it cross threading, just stop and reposition it, but it's down there. You feel it get tight, a few more turns. Alright, that feels about good. Now this one, thank God, is easy. It just clips in like that. Okay, let's figure this out. Clip, clip. That's it, man. Let's see the window. Let's see if it indexes, which means it kind of sucks its way onto the door. If it doesn't, then we could fix that. Oh, nice. See that? This window, this door. Come on. Kind of a little bit of a pain to open up. Get on this side. Okay. Let me see if I might have locked the key. I mean, maybe that side is locked. That side works. There we go. Might have been locked. Let's try it again. Perfect. Alright guys, sorry for all the fussing, but yeah, these two clips up here broke. So when you're trying to take these off, focus on, you know, trying to move them out with as much even pressure as possible. Try and do it on a warm day, that way the plastic isn't brittle. You saw where the clips are, you saw where the bolts are down here. I hope this helps you. Please subscribe, comment, share. Yeah. Thanks guys.